13. First, let's go over some general concepts that you can apply to this etude during your learning process. To start, keep in mind that the musical process begins with the breath. So have time and subdivisions already happening before you breathe. This will offer you more consistency and confidence on the first note and solid rhythm from the start. Learn each breath slowly. As you speed up the breath, focus on changing only the speed of the breath and not the quality or feeling of the breath. Don't clip the note before a breath. If needed, play with the time and not the length of the note. And break the etude into sections, and even break sections into chunks. If needed, break those chunks into bars or single beats. Spend most of your time where time is needed without mismanaging your time in sections that you have already mastered. Be conscious of your metronome markings. Don't play faster than is comfortable. Instead, always play at whatever speed you can execute the passage, section, or etude to its very best. Remember, muscle memory and speed are not necessarily related. And be true to the slurs and accents that are written. If you change something, it should be through a conscious, well thought out musical decision and not a mistake due to lack of attention. Record yourself at all stages of your learning. Don't wait to record yourself only when you feel ready to perform the entire etude at tempo. You might have neglected something important, and the process of unlearning and relearning is much longer and more difficult, and make every note matter. Most of us spend far too much time just going through the motions without dedicating 100% of our attention and focus to the task at hand. If you're having difficulties focusing, you might be better off taking a break and returning to your trumpet after some mental rest. And always practice as if it was a performance. Now, let's look into some specific notes for this etude. Start by learning the etude slowly, focusing on the airflow while staying very flexible and keeping the sound quality even throughout the entire register and dynamics. At first, you may choose to ignore the accents to ensure even airflow. Use fast fingers with decisive strikes of the valves, both on the way down and on the way up. Hear the sound of the valves in both directions. This holds true even for the slow passages or when practicing slowly. While practicing slowly, switch between right and left hand practice. Play entire phrases, flutter tommy. This will expose any breaks on your airstream. As you become more comfortable flutter tommy, try to flutter tom as quietly as possible without stopping the air. This is a very useful exercise and will teach you to keep a full, driven airstream even at quiet volumes. Some of the editions have alternate fingerings written for some of the passages. I personally do not find the alternate fingerings of much help. Nevertheless, try different ways and decide what works better for you. I do use third fingerings for the E between the D's on exaggerate anything. In this etude, the dynamic scheme is not only a musical tool, but it also ensures coherent intensity for the airstream. And make sure that all of the minor seconds and major seconds are heard. They should sound smooth and clear. Spend time on the half and whole steps that are more challenging. The octave jumps down in the middle section of the etude should be played as if the second note of the jump was a repetition of the previous note in the same octave. This will help you keep the volume and intensity even when executing the jump. Think of the last note of the descending lines starting at bar 43 as long as possible. Try even practicing that way, holding the last note before jumping up again. During the decrescendo, keep the air intensity separate from the dynamic volume. The line should get quieter, but the intensity should stay steady. And keep the style very light throughout. Overall, the entire etude should feel like a comfortable, quiet, long tone. Continue to think light even as you play the last 4 bars. These toned bars are a great way to measure how flexible and efficient you kept your playing throughout. If the tonguing feels heavy and labored, most likely you're not relaxed and flexible in the previous part. Keep subdividing through the quarter notes before the last note. They should feel somewhat in time. Too often, they are played faster than the previous bars. Lastly, remember to make music and have fun learning and performing this etude. You will find the process and result very rewarding. Thanks for watching, and make sure to visit us at axiom for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.